Welcome to the September 25th, 2025 school board meeting. Would you please join me for a moment of silence? Thank you. Will you join us for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. First item of business we have is the board officer elections.
First position to be for the chair position.
Yes.
I'd like to nominate our current chair, Ms. Brogdon, to carry on another year. She'd be willing to do so. Appreciate the work last year.
I'd like to make a motion to cease all other nominations and elect Ms. Sonia Brogdon for chair by reasons of acclamation.
Any other discussion?
Still need a first, second to Mr. Haley's motion.
His was a nomination.
Yeah.
I'll second a nomination, not a motion.
Oh, that's fine.
A motion to nominate them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Second.
And now we're on, we vote on Mr. Parker.
To cease nominations.
All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Chairwoman.
For your
Thank
work.
you. Next, we have nominations for vice chair.
Make a nomination for Steve Haley.
I'll second. Any other discussion?
I'll make a motion to cease all other nominations and elect Mr. Haley by reasons of acclamation.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Palin.
Thank you.
Next, we have our legislative liaison.
Make a nomination for Sherry Thiel.
Second.
Make a motion to cease all other nominations and elect Sherry Thiel by reasons of acclamation.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Sherry.
You got that line down pretty good, Mr. Parker. I still can't say it.
Next, we have approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
Second. Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Brogdon,
Yes.
Mr. Chadwick,
Yes.
Mr. Haley,
Yes.
Ms. Lampley,
Yes.
Mr. Parker,
Yep.
Ms. Thiel.
Yes.
All ayes.
Next, we have approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Next, we have public comment on actionable items. Thank you, Ms. Hall. Next, under communication, we have a request to speak, Josh and Matthew, on the cell phone policy. I'll go to that microphone. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joshua Caldwell. I and many of the students have an issue with the policy of HB 0932. It was a policy that was made this year that prohibited phones during prohibited device use during instructional times. The district made a vote of the policy allowed for the district to also add anything to it. The district had added that phones weren't to be turned on at all. We are here because we would like to modify it to allow us to use our phones during lunch, breakfast, and in between the halls. The reason is because we feel that it has created a bunch of communication barriers because we are not able to get as much information as we could because of it. For example, me and Matthew are part of esports, and we're not able to really get in touch with everyone because of it. An example would be we understand the intent of it, but we still feel it is a little extreme. We also know that neighboring districts have permitted use during lunch and in the hallways. Clarksville, Montgomery bans during class only, which we feel would be appropriate. We also feel that because of a few challenges we've had because of this, that the punishment for having our phones in the class should be kept the same. I'd also like to introduce Matthew.
Hello, my name is Matthew Sweat, and my position is the manager of all teams in the esports program. The policy concerning the use of electronics has had a strong impact on daily and urgent communications between students, staff, and parents. The most commonly available forms of communication used after the ban has taken place are verbal, Google Classroom, and email. Not all students and staff are always readily available for verbal communication. Despite limited options for communication between students and staff, Google Classroom is more intended for posting assignments, turning in assignments, and storing and holding information. Trying to communicate by email can sometimes be slower than that which is known as dial-up. Emails from students' accounts cannot be sent to parents or outside sources. Parents, teachers, and students use their phones to communicate through mobile apps like Remind, BanApp, and group chats. However, with the phone policy in place, it has made it increasingly difficult to get out urgent information through these methods. Phones are used for calendars, checking grades, and managing responsibilities, and contacting parents during emergencies. Here recently, there was an emergency that happened at the school where more than half the student body did not have their phones on them during the emergency and could not contact their parents. They had to rely on other people's phones to contact their parents, which can involve security risks and other issues involving that. Even during the emergency, they were still telling us to put up our phones, threatening to take them away. Although at the beginning of the year, we received a paper regarding the phone policy that said during emergencies, phones were allowed in use to contact parents. We proposed modification to the cell phone policy to allow use during lunch, breakfast, and passing times, empowering teachers to grant exceptions for academic purposes, exams, and showing media apps without oversight. Ensure access during emergencies. Our goal is not to remove structure, but to create a balanced policy for students for a modern, tech-driven world and create policy that is fair, lawful, and future focused. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Miss Daisy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here tonight not only as a parent, but as a voice for our families and our students of Dickson County. We believe in the value of music education. Right now, our children who are in the band program are carrying a burden that they should never have to carry. Under the Tennessee Code 4960125, school districts are required to provide music instruction as part of the curriculum. This is very clear. It is the law. The State Board Rule 0520010306 classifies band, including marching band, as a fine arts option, a required class for graduation. Marching band and band credits are not separated. Students receive one grade for the full program. Let's not forget our own Tennessee Constitution, where guarantees every child a system of free public education. Yet our district has treated the music program and the marching band as though they were extracurricular activities, rather than co-curriculars, as they should be. This misclassification not only misrepresents the law, but also unfairly shifts the costs onto families. The results, nearly every cost that was funded by the parents in the Booster Club, it was all done by the parents, not the school system at all. Over $60,000 to make ends meet. One of the many fundraisers that has been done is through concessions, and I have an example of one parent's contributions that I will hand out in a little bit. This shows that nearly 100% of the financial responsibilities has fallen onto our families for the music program. This is not only inequitable, but it risks non-compliance with the state law. To make matters worse, we've discovered that the funds that are intended for the band are tied together with the athletics club. In the end, the sports department absorbs the lion's share, and the band is left with nothing. Zero money. This is not about taking away from the athletics, but it's about the funding must be separate and transparent so that each program receives the support required by the law. Other Tennessee districts have already shown that it's possible. Metro Nashville has invested $4 million in instruments and repairs. William County has made funds for their entire band program where their boosters only handled enrichments. Clarksville, Montgomery County provides system-level grants for their instructional needs. Dickson County should not be left behind. This is about more than compliance, it's about equality. Every child, regardless of income, deserves the opportunity to fully participate in the band. Students' learning and performance are directly tied to the quality of the tools that they are given. A stable district-supported funding model ensures that both quality instruction and equal access for all. So tonight, we are respectfully requesting that the board takes the following actions. Formally reclassify marching band as co-curricular, not extracurricular. Establish a dedicated budget line for the entire band program, separate from the athletics club and separate from the arts department. Guarantee equality for all schools so that the access to music is not dependent on the family's finances. Board members, our students are ambassadors for Dickson County. They represent our schools, they represent our community, and they represent our values. By supporting them, we will not only bring our district into compliance with the Tennessee law, but we also send a powerful message. Our students are worth investing in. If we nickel and dime our children today, we will shortcome our society tomorrow. Let us not miss this opportunity. Our students are giving us everything and their very best in the classrooms, on the field, and in the stands. It is time for us to give them our best in return. Wouldn't you agree? And I have documents to show at least one parent's contribution, as well as the entire grading aspects of the band.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have staff and school recognitions.
Madam Chair, members of the board, I would like to recognize our substitute of the month through ESS, Miss Bev Hassis. Would you please come forward? And Miss Hillary Hall, would you come forward? Miss Bev, thank you for being a part of our family and coming in and showing up and subbing for us when we have teachers and assistants out. So thank you. And Miss Dr. Marvin, will you get a picture for us? Thank you. And I would like to recognize and thank ESS for your support and what you do for us. And we thank you for that. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. We also have 3 individuals. I'm going to ask Miss Melissa Carton to come forward. We want to recognize Jason Legan, Gary Riley, and Jeff Hall. If they are here, if you would come forward. These gentlemen have successfully met all the requirements to become bus drivers for Dickson County Schools. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next, we have student board representatives. We have Miss Anna Grace Stewart from Creekwood, and we have Miss Sarah Potter from Dickson County High School.
Welcome, ladies.
Which one wants to go first?
Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to thank you all for the amazing opportunity it is to come before you and speak about my high school, Creekwood. Creekwood participated in our first Red Hawk Rally on Friday, September 19th. Our students raised over $9,000 in their efforts. Class of 2027 was the winning class with the most donations overall. Next week, we will kick off our homecoming festivities. This year's theme is game shows. Each class will represent the following game shows. Our freshmen will be representing the amazing game show of Family Feud. Our sophomores will be representing Wheel of Fortune. Juniors will be representing Jeopardy, and the seniors will be representing The Price is Right. Float building will begin promptly Sunday at 1 p.m. and will occur each night. Our pep rally will begin at 9:30 a.m. Friday. We are excited to see the creativity of all of our grades. This week, our students participated in benchmark testing in the following subjects: English 1 and 2, Biology, U.S. History, Algebra 1 and 2, and Geometry. We express our thanks to all of our tested teachers in preparing our students for this testing window. Sports are in full swing at Creekwood. Football, girls soccer, cross country, band, cheer, and volleyball all are working super hard at their craft. We want to take a moment to thank our coaches, assistant coaches, and families, as well as our athletic director, for their full participation in making sure all of our athletes are doing their best and the dedication to their programs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Potter?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Potter, and I'm honored to speak on behalf of the Dickson County High School. I would like to share what we have been up to on the Hill. We have launched our Cougar Pride campaign fundraiser to raise money for homecoming, incentives, supplies, school beautification, and other initiatives. Last assembly, the freshmen won the turn-in, which resulted in the other class coordinators having to spin the wheel of misfortune for their punishment, one being getting slimed. As of last turn-in, we have already raised over $9,000. Last week, our juniors and seniors got the opportunity to speak with colleges and learn more about post-high school paths during the college fair. We are so glad our students had this opportunity. We have also had the election process for homecoming attendants and escorts, as winners were announced this afternoon. It's exciting to see so many students be involved and eager about homecoming on the Hill. In sports, our football team has had a successful start to the season, as they currently have 4 wins and only 1 loss. We are proud of their hard work and determination. Our cross-country team has had a thrilling start to the season and are now preparing to head to Gulf Shores tomorrow for the Dolphin Run. Both the boys and girls teams have placed top 10 at multiple different meets this season. The Lady Cougars soccer team has also been displaying strong showings. As of right now, they hold a 7-3 overall record, while also being ranked first in the district. Our volleyball team is 14-10 as of right now, as well as having the same impressive title of number 1 in the district. Last Saturday, the 20th, the Cougars had Senior Day, in which they recognized various fall sports before the football game. In other news, DCHS has been experiencing many changes this school year. The football and track stadium renovations have broken ground, and our athletes are very excited about this change. We are thankful to Creekwood for letting us use their facilities while ours are being renovated. We have many new administrative staff and teachers this year, and we are so appreciative of the work they have put in at our school so far. Ms. Catherine Perez, our new principal, has been working diligently to ensure a positive start of the 2025-2026 school year. We are confident that with her leadership, we will continue to thrive. Thank you for allowing me to share the Cougar updates this far. We look forward to continuing our successful and enriching school year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have curriculum and instruction, the ACT Remote Learning Day.
Madam Chair, members of the board, our ACT Virtual Learning Day, we would like your approval. We spoke about this day at the planning session. If there are specific questions, Dr. Marvin, if you have anything to add.
Move to approve.
I'll second. Have a motion to approve and a second. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Next, we have ProCare contracted sped teacher.
For the opportunity to share this with you. We have 2 contracts in your packet tonight. The first one is a ProCare therapy contract for a classroom teacher, a special education teacher. We have been seeking local candidates, and we will continue to seek local candidates even if this particular contract is approved. What we would envision is this person starting in this in the classroom at Dickson Middle School following the fall break. But if there are any questions regarding this particular contract, I'll be happy to answer those.
Chair.
Mr. Parker?
Has Alan had a chance to look at it?
Ms. Johnson did send it to me, but I have not had a chance to fully vet it and review it yet. I can see that the governing law section would need to be fixed. That looks to be about the only thing so far.
Is that something that you can fix?
It is.
By the end of then the fall break.
Sure.
And is this in your budget?
This particular, the ProCare contract, because this person is starting after a fourth of the school year, it will be very close to what is in our budget.
Okay.
So yes. We have used ProCare therapy before with service providers, and we have found them to be a quality company with service providers they've offered to us.
Mr. Haley?
You probably went on this for the work session, but just to refresh in case you didn't, if continue to seek for a full-time for that position, will this contract have verbiage that if we get the full-time position that we're not bound to this for the rest of the year?
That's
As-
correct.
As needed.
We need to give them a 30-day notice.
That part I remember. Thank you.
That is pretty standard in the majority of the contracts that we see with contracting agencies. So that is the ProCare contract that we have before you. I do have a second contract that I would like to mention. Would you like for me to do one at a time?
Let's do one at a time. Yes.
Motion to approve the first contract with changes and final approval by our board attorney.
Second.
We have a first and a second to approve the ProCare based on Mr. Hall's approval and review. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
Mr. Chadwick.
We got to.
I must have clicked it twice. I'm sorry. All ayes.
Motion carries.
Thank
Next
you.
one, Ms. Johnson.
Yes, the next contract is with Soliant, and they are also a company that helps us to provide related service providers. And in this case, we are looking for a speech and language pathologist. Again, this contract has the language in it of the 30-day notice. Should we find a local candidate, we do plan to continue looking for local candidates. But we do have a need for a speech and language pathologist. These are very, very difficult positions to fill. This particular contract will be above our budget, and it could be to the tune between 25 and 30,000 is what we would be looking at. So I would definitely want to put that out there. That is what we've estimated. And that is if this person comes on board immediately following fall break and going to the end of the year. As I have prepared my portion of the consolidated funding application, I have intentionally set aside additional funding from other areas into our contracted line item as we've done some planning in anticipation of needing additional funds for this particular position.
Mr. Parker.
Would it be does the contract read a date that they stop right now or no? Or is it the same 30-day notice?
It does have a beginning and an ending date. And right now, the beginning date is the 29th of September, the end of this month, through the end of February, because right now we're anticipating this person filling in for a vacant position we had someone who resigned recently, but we have a local candidate that we have basically we're extending an intent to hire, but they are leaving a contracting company. That person is taking a maternity leave and they will not be available to come on board with us until the end of February. So they're a gap filler for us.
Would if this contract fell out in February, would you be in budget if they didn't have to go to the end of the year?
It would be, it's still going to cost us a little bit of money. It is.
So is the February 27th date, would we also have to pay them the 30 days beyond February, or this is the the stop date.
That is the contract. And then also, just as I put on my calendar 30 days before that to make sure I have a conversation with the contact that I have at this company. So we're on the same page. This does have an ending date. This one does, but I would still reach out in that 30 days just to make sure.
And so to make sure I understood, you said that you have looked at your budget and even this line item will go over, but your total budget will not go over.
That is correct. I have moved funds as we've done CFA planning for the new year, and I've added funding into our contracted line item from other areas.
Okay, thank you.
Have any other questions for Ms. Johnson?
I'd like to ask Mr. Hall also on this contract. Do you need to look at it and make any changes on it? Make a motion to approve subject to Mr. Hall's approval of the final contract. Any language?
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve it based on Mr. Hall's approval. We have any other discussion? Vote, please.
Double clicking over there.
That's not just me.
It's coming up twice.
I just want to vote for the second one back, so that's why you ask.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Johnson.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next, we have finance, the monthly financial report for all funds.
Good afternoon. You'll see the monthly financials as of the end of August for all funds. For 141 comparison from last year, our revenues are up, but so are our expenditures. Sales tax is up. Utilities are up. Diesel fuel and gasoline are both down. And the next reports you'll see are the summary financial statements for all funds and then the summarized balance sheets for all funds.
Question?
Mr. Haley?
On the sales tax showing through August 31st, that would be reporting for
July. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's 1 month it's up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the monthly financial report for all funds. Any other discussion?
Questions?
Mr. Chadwick?
Ms. Garden, what's the price of the fuel?
Have any other questions? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have human resources.
Good evening. You have the two reports that you get monthly from the Human Resources Department. The list of retirements, resignations, leave of absence, non-renewals, dismissal, hires, transfers, and assignments and reassignments. And then also the document with the graph, which outlines the resignations from last month.
Have any questions for Ms. Hall?
Thank you.
Job description?
Dr. Johnson is going to speak on the job descriptions.
Thank you.
The two job descriptions that we have in here they are exactly the same as they were presented during the planning session. The changes that were made and the reason for bringing them to the planning session and then again to the board meeting tonight, under where it says employment for the school psychologist, that should have read a 210-day contract, and originally it was a 200-day contract. But what our school psychologists do is they have 10 what we call flex days throughout the summer, because very often evaluations will start right before the end of school, and we have a 60-day federal timeline that we have to meet. So those 10 flex days allow them to complete that testing process within the 60-day timeline. So that was adjusted on the school psychologist one, and where it says calendar, it went from 10 month to 10.5 months and 210 days versus a 10-month, 200-day contract. And then our lead school psychologists, we have 2 lead school psychologists, and they have additional duties, which are outlined on page 2 under supervisory responsibilities. Again, their changes were they have an 11-month contract, which is a 220-day contract. And we wanted to make sure that that was reflected here in the job description. So the employment line was adjusted and the calendar line was adjusted.
And they were always certified, right?
Yes. They were paid on the certified pay scale.
Yes, ma'am. We looking for approval, Madam Chair? Motion to approve, both of them.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second to approve the lead school psychologist job description as well as the school psychologist job description. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
Dr. Johnson. Next, we have student services field trips.
Madam Chair, members of the board, we have Creekwood High School Seniors Beta Convention at the Opryland Hotel. This is an annual trip that they take. Creekwood High School Dance Competition in Gatlinburg. Creekwood High School Dance Competition in Lexington, Kentucky in November. Creekwood High School FFA Convention in Indiana. A Creekwood High School basketball tournament in Gatlinburg. And then a Creekwood welding competition in Arkansas in October. These all need to be approved.
What's your recommendation on these, ma'am?
I approve.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Thank you.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the field trips that were announced that are overnight or out of state. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next, under administration, the first item we have is Mr. Haley, the preschool board resignation.
Had you a nice written resignation. It's in my printer at home, so I'm going to make a verbal resignation. Been fortunate to serve on the Governance Pre-K Program Council for 2012, I think the year was, and it's been quite enlightening and a joy to be on, but it's time for me to step away. Time for someone else to take that role and be a part of that. So I will be formally resigning from that position as of now.
Thank you, Mr. Haley. Thank you for all the years you served on it.
I'd like to also make a recommendation for Ms. Lampley to take that position, or it's required to have one board member on there. It's not a voting board like this is. It's a advisory council, but I've spoken to her about the duties, and I think she would fill that gap very well if she'd be willing to do so. If y'all would be willing to vote her in too.
We need to vote her in?
I think we have to vote for that position.
Motion.
I make a motion.
You already made it? Second.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second nominating Ms. Lampley for that position. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please.
Ayes.
Congratulations, Ms. Lampley.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Next, we have under policies, second read.
Yes, ma'am. Would you all like to talk about any of the second read or vote on them as a block?
There been any changes since?
No changes to second read policies since the planning session.
Accept them.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve on second read, policy 5.105, 6.303, 6.318, and 5.3051. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
Connection is lost. Yes.
All ayes.
First read.
First read, 1.407. There have been no changes since the planning session. Just as a reminder, the minor changes that you see on page 1 of that policy are a reflection of changes that were in the law on how citizens can submit open records requests.
Move to approve.
Second. We have a motion to approve and a second on policy 1.407. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries.
1.700 school district goals. We discussed this in August and then again at September's planning session. There have been no changes from the planning session.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a second for school district goals on first read, policy 1.700. No, I'm sorry. Yes. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Next.
3.202 emergency preparedness plan. No changes have been made since the planning session, but as a reminder, the minor change that you see on page 1 is a result of a change in the law concerning fire drills.
Motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Vote, please. I'm going to have to be a verbal because I've lost my screen.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
All ayes.
3.206 community use of school facilities. We discussed a few changes at the planning session and they are highlighted in the policy on BOE Connect for you. But on page 1, line 21, we specified that it's a board employee. On page 2, lines 11 and 12, the formatting was changed. And page 2, line 25, we changed that to say less than 6.
Like that on.
Yours gone too?
It was. Looked like I logged back in. It just blanked out on me. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Have a motion and a second. Which one is
3.206.
3.206? I gotta get back to it. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Next.
6.205 student assignment. These changes are a result of a change in law and reflect the TSBA model policy. No changes have been made to this policy since the planning session.
Motion to approve policy 6.205 on first read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve policy 6.205 on first read. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
6.206 transfers within the system. These changes to our open enrollment policy are again a reflection of change in the law and a reflection of the TSBA model policy. There have been no changes to it since the planning session. Yes, ma'am.
Footnote 2 and footnote 3 need to be added at the bottom.
I believe it will be when I get the model policy. So this is our old policy that I've edited.
Okay.
But when we, on second read, you'll see that.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Motion to approve policy 6.206 on first read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve policy 6.206 on first read. Vote, please.
All ayes.
6.600 student records. Again, these changes are a reflection of changes in the law from the last legislative session and a reflection of the TSBA model policy. No changes have been made since the planning session.
I'll move to accept 6.600.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for policy 6.600 on first read. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have director's report.
We've been busy. We concluded this week on Monday our beginning of the year conversations with our schools. And so we've had some wonderful conversations with each of our principals, looking at their goals, looking at their WIGs, their wildly important goals for their schools, how they will bring those goals to application and the work. And so I want to thank Dr. Marvin, Melinda Fortner, Miss Andrea Bobian, Dr. Johnson, Dr. Thiel, Dr. Winstead, and Miss Ernestine, and Mr. Derek Norman on all of those visits. And I want to thank all of our principals on the hard work. They gave us information around all of our district goals on how they are meeting those, and I'm going to share some of those with you. So good things happening around the work in our district. If you will look at what we've been busy with, this is our first annual magazine for our district. You will see that each of you are featured in this book as board members. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Derek Norman for making this project come to the conclusion and getting it published. This was an idea that we started this past January. And so Derek helped us make it come to fruition. So Mr. Norman, thank you for your work. Really good things. We are going to make this an annual event. I will share these with the chamber business folks that will be with us Tuesday at 7:15. I hope that you can be there. Please let Allison know if you will be present, and we will have a table reserved for you. It was Tuesday at the Methodist Church at 7:15 a.m.
7:15 on a Tuesday?
On a Tuesday.
You come out see somebody else.
But anyway, we're very excited to give these out. I think the copies were made, we got them hot off the press today. So the directors, all of the directors have not seen this, and so I will put one in their hands. We will also be sharing this with our community leadership team. We met on Wednesday, and they were not ready, but would like to share that with them and get their feedback. We also have made cards for our support dogs. And so you have before you Mia, that is our special education dog. And we will have Nico's card ready tomorrow. And we will be sharing these cards at the chamber breakfast. So we will give you one of those once they're ready. I want to give a shout out to teachers, students, families, my leadership team. I did not get to attend this year at the study council just due to personal issues with my dad not feeling well. But I got a call from the State Department and text from several directors in our region that Dickson County got a shout out at the conference, and it was because of our achievement growth. And so I'm very proud of that. So for you two sitting in front of me, good work. For Matt and Josh, good job. Last year on your test and the work that you do each and every day as students. So thank you for that. Thank you for my team and your leadership, the principals, APs, teachers, and staff. I think that's a great recognition, and I'm proud of Dickson County to have been recognized. It was a surprise for me that they were going to say something about Dickson. Let me see. I think that's about it. There's lots that have occurred this week. Just busy in the work. I want to thank each of you for your support. Sometimes things get challenging, but the most is rewarding. And so I thank each of you for your leadership. Questions for me? No questions from Aaron?
Who's your favorite board member?
I plead the fifth.
Abstain from that.
But anyway, you each have your own special traits, and I appreciate you. I like you to push me in the work because I learn something every day. It's reciprocal learning. And I think most of us, even if you've sat on the board as long as Mr. Haley and Miss Sonia, you learn something new all the time. And so thank you for your work.
Thank you, Dr. Sutherland. Next, we have comments by DCEA.
Good evening. DCA held our Freedom to Teach information session last Wednesday about HB 675, the bill that would drastically reduce testing in Tennessee, grades 10 through 12, with the exception of the ACT. And it would restructure evaluations, thus reducing the burden on administration. The bill is set to be debated in the next 3 weeks. And if it's passed, it can go into law as early as this coming January. And so we are encouraging all stakeholders, students, parents, teachers, community members, to contact your representatives, especially since it is an election cycle, regarding toxic testing, and encourage them to pass HB 675 since it is a bipartisan bill, because it's just common sense to allow teachers to teach students and not tests. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carey.
Next, we have comments by board members. Mr. Parker?
If I talk for 5 minutes, it puts you at an hour.
So that means you got to be a little less than 5 minutes.
So, real quick, great to meet you two girls. I know it's hard on your first time, and I always look forward to hearing from the student board members. To the speakers tonight, thank y'all for coming and tell us that. I know sometimes it looks like we don't say anything, but we're going to take it in, and everything you said was heard. And to the young men, it's hard to get up there and talk, and I know that. And I sat up here on my first time, and I got that old knot in my throat, and it gets hard to talk. But it's good and brave of y'all to come and speak like that. The only thing I want to kind of present to the board and ask y'all if y'all would be interested in doing it. We've done it in the past, and I'd be willing to conduct the email. But we've been a board for a year. So if y'all would be interested, I would be willing to conduct the email, add us all in there, and go to TSBA to do a board self-evaluation. And we've done it right before the last board members got off. Was the first time I've ever done it. I don't know how many times it was done in the past, but it is something that they offer. It's the old, I think it's Square Monkey or whatever, and they
Survey,
whatever it is, some kind of monkey. And they said I don't know, I want to say it's 30 or 50 questions or something. And it's kind of a little good building thing. TSBA gets all the results. We kind of do it ourselves, and we're evaluating. It's not a self-evaluation. It's more of a self-board evaluation. And of course, they'll take all the data and give it back to us, and we can talk about how we evaluate ourselves at a planning session or something. If y'all be interested in doing it, I would put that email together and have the TSBA or Ms. Brogdon can, or I don't care who does it. It also gives us boardsmanship points and just helps build as a board a little bit if y'all be interested in doing that.
It's a good thing.
I'm gonna read her mind. She said you go and do that.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Ms. Thiel?
I just want to thank everyone in our audience that came tonight. Sometimes we meet and it's only staff and those that feel like they must be here that are here. But I think it's always good for our community, for parents, for students to hear how our meetings, like tonight was a meeting where we didn't ask a lot of questions, but you should come some nights and we're here to 10 o'clock. So I just think that's important that the community see the board in action and know what's going on. So thank you all for coming and staying.
I always like to hear student reps, since I was on the faculty of both schools at one point in time. And I asked Ms. Brogdon tonight when we started this, and I believe she said 2009
or 10, I think.
And a lot of counties around us, they've, like at our TSBA meeting, we started this like it's something brand new. You know, I mean, we've been doing it for a long, long time. I appreciate kids, students, or ladies for coming, and I know it takes a night out, and sometimes some of the ladies that have been and students that have been on it, they've had to scoot for soccer matches or basketball or whatever. But we're always glad to hear from what's going on the hill, on both hills. Put it that way.
Ms. Lampley?
Echo and agree with the others. It's nice to have y'all here, and it's especially nice to hear from inside what's going on in our schools. So thank y'all for your preparations.
Let Mr. Parker go first because he truly stole a little bit of thunder I had left today, and that was mainly to welcome these student board members. And it's more than just reporting what's happening on the Hill or Creekwood. It's about letting us know what it looks like from a student perspective. And I think even as a board, we get away from that sometimes too. But it's a non-voting position. But don't be surprised if somebody says, "What's your opinion?" And it's okay to share it or say, "I don't have one," but glad to have you. It's also important that I speak to Ms. Sweat and these young men too, that what you did, like Mr. Parker said, is it's scary, especially at your age and with the group here. And they probably didn't tell you it's been televised to millions of people on that camera. So I'll tell you that now. But I do. It's behind you, so you good. But seriously, to bring that forward, a lot of work went into that. We heard from people on it. There's a lot of debate, and as Ms. Till said, we had meetings where there's a lot of dialogue. Those are work sessions. A formal meeting is a presentation. You do. We welcome the public to speak, but we don't have the opportunity to ask questions. It's not a work session, so to speak. But I hear you. And I've watched your survey from when it first came out. Last time I saw, there was 50 people. I was surprised to see 1,000. So thanks for bringing that and for coming forward. Ms. Sweat, same with you too. Your comments don't go unheard. It's very informative and appreciate it. And I'm sure there's some follow-up somewhere along the way. Thank you.
I want to echo what they said. I appreciate you two stepping up to represent your schools and keep us informed. We'll be spending a lot of Thursday nights together, and they probably will be longer than what tonight because we've done really well tonight. And that might be because of the leadership group that's here. They may have been good luck for us tonight. So thank y'all for being here.
Once a month, let's go back.
I want to remind everyone about the planning session we have on September the 30th for the long range and facility planning. Is it at 5 here?
We'll eat together.
And thank you all for being here tonight.
Make a motion to adjourn.